Hi, my name is Jerica, and I started a small soap business 7 years ago. Over the years, my small business has slowly grown, experienced a lot of ups and downs, all of which brought me here to Olympia, Washington. I make, develop, and ship everything out of this studio. But it didn't start here, not by a long shot. Say hello to my first soaping space, a 700 square foot condo just outside of Toronto. Here was where I first made soap, packaged that soap, and then stored it. I lived here with Kale and our dog Dempsey for about a year before we realized this was way too small for, one, what we were paying, and two, where I saw my soaping hobby headed. My soaping hobby was quickly turning into an obsession, and I was slowly starting to gain the attention and interest of my family and friends. The feedback was incredible, and I allowed myself to ask the question, what if? What if I turned this little hobby into a side hustle? What would that look like? How would I even get there? These questions are so important when creating goals. Unless you sit down and think about each step to get there, these goals are just pie in the sky ideas. I knew the first step was getting us out of that tiny space. There were detached homes 2 hours north of the city that would give us much more room and cut our living costs in half. Kale's workplace had a location about an hour from the town we were looking to buy a home in, and so we made it happen. We started looking for a house to buy. Could I have stayed in that condo for a few more years? Yeah, absolutely. But staying there wouldn't have fit into getting us to my goal, which was to free up money and gain some space to turn my hobby into a business. But even with the lower living costs, Kale and I still played it extremely safe. I kept my 9 to 5 job, and so did Kale. At this point, I was in no hurry to become a successful business. I did not have any processes in place to sustain a lot of orders, and I was still learning. Keeping the 9 to 5 helped keep the pressure off of making the small business profitable in its first early years, and I kept my head down and stayed small. Slowly, I started to notice opportunities come across my way. There was a farmer's market that was small I saw myself participating in at some point. There were a lot of small shops and bed and breakfasts I could see my soaps being sold in, and since I started sharing my small business journey on YouTube, a lot of people outside of my local area were starting to discover me and my brand. Still, I kept everything small and manageable while staying at my 9 to 5, which, thankfully, I was able to do remotely. I knew that doing things this way would be a lot of work and everything would take super long, but it was better to have that security and give myself the freedom to try new things and experiment than to put all of that pressure on me. It has been so busy lately with me fulfilling orders. I just reopened my website after a little break, and I'm knee deep back in fulfilling orders, which I absolutely love. I feel so, so lucky that people support me, and the orders this time around are quite large, but I'm getting to the end. I'm finally getting close to clearing the board, so that's exciting. But once I clear the board, then I have to send out my golden bubble gifts. They get 2 gifts. So I'm currently working on one of those gifts. The first one is going to be that rhubarb strawberry soap, which I love that soap so much. But anyways, I'm going to have to continue working on this because I have the time to do it, so I might as well get going on it. This launch was awesome. I felt like the people that support my company, watch my channel, they really, really liked this latest launch. A lot of soap was ordered, but not just the full-size bars. I got a lot of orders for the half-size 3-ounce bars. For example, this order
Ordered a 3-ounce coffee soap and a 3-ounce rainbow soap. So yeah, just these 2 soaps is an order, and that's awesome. That's done. And then I got an order here for a 7-ounce rainbow soap. I'm out of the full bars of this. I have 1 more sample bar left, and by the time you see this video, I don't know if it'll still be available, but thank you guys so much for selling me out of the soap practically. I love the soap. This is hands down one of the prettiest soaps I have ever made. It's also been nice to see the repeat orders from people and seeing the order volume increase over time. It's incredibly fulfilling as a business to get to that point where you put products up and they're being purchased. And I don't really expect things to just sell out right away. And I don't particularly want that. I want people who discover me to be able to buy the product that they see. So the current volume and the rate I'm getting orders has been perfect. And I was talking about it with my husband. I think moving forward, I will just do, when it comes to soap, a monthly update. And then in the middle of the months, just fill in all the other products that I run out of. So I can plan these launches a little bit better, and I'll be able to stay on top of it. So all of the packages are ready to go, and this is the first time I've cleared the board when I've had such a big, like a huge amount of orders to fulfill. And the fact that I got so many orders for soap is extra special because this was the first time that I sold soap without any packaging. I made it clear on the listing that there wasn't going to be any soap packaging, and the soap sales were incredible. The response to selling Naked soap has far exceeded my expectations. I do want to explore lasering them in the future or even stamping them in the future, but the fact that my customers responded so well to it is amazing, because that'll definitely save me time in packaging and getting those orders out the door. So thank you so much, guys, for being understanding of that and being actually really excited about it too. But just because my customers really like soap without any packaging doesn't mean it'll work for your target customer. So it's good to play around with different packaging techniques and seeing what your customers like best. But now that that is out of the way, I'm actually working on getting this rhubarb strawberry scrub, which is going to be a gift for my golden bubble patrons. It smells so good. Let me get you a closer look at this scrub because it's amazing. Look at this beautiful consistency. It's a dream, literally a dream. And the best part about this is that it's an emulsified sugar scrub, and it's gonna stay this soft. It's not gonna harden on you. And if you want the recipe to make this, I have that on my Patreon, which is listed down below. I've been using this scrub in the shower, and because it's emulsified, there's a lot less soap base. It's a lot more oils, butters, and sugar. It feels so nice. It actually feels a little bit more exfoliating than the whipped soap scrub. And I wonder if it's because the whipped soap scrub, some of that sugar dissolves because there's a little bit of water content in the soap base. I don't know. I also use clay in this scrub and also alkanet root powder, so that might be adding to the extra scrub factor. But it's such a great scrub, and I have played around with the idea of replacing my current scrubs with it, but I love my current scrubs way too much. I think I'm a foaming sugar scrub kind of girly. But if you are looking for a really good emulsified sugar scrub, so there's no soap base in it, this is a good one. And what I'm doing is just putting it into a piping bag so that I'm able to pipe it into the jars way easier than scooping everything individually. That'll just take forever. Even though it's not a foaming sugar scrub, there is a little bit of SLSA powder in it, which is a foaming agent. It doesn't help make the scrub foamy, but the amount that I put in will help with the rinse off of it, and it'll feel so beautiful rinsing off. You're not going to get that really thick, oily feel. Let's point you downwards so you can see what I'm doing. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Right. So that has filled 11 scrubs for me. Now all I need to do is cap them. Isn't that gorgeous? And this color is from Rose Kaolin Clay and a little bit of Alkanet Root Powder. I've been loving playing around with natural colorants for things, and I really do find that skincare that uses natural colorants are just absolutely gorgeous. Okay, now that I have that done, I'm going to clean up and I'm gonna go upstairs to cook my husband dinner. We have been catching trout like crazy. The weather has been really beautiful in Washington, so we have taken full advantage of that by fishing. And I wanted to fry a trout tonight, so I'll show you what that looks like. So I'm inviting you to dinner. Come on, come with me.
Just frying up salad from the garden.
We should show you that garden at some point. It's a really impressive garden.
Yeah, we've had like
garden tour.
had like
It's full of rosemary. I don't know if I'll go fishing tonight just because I think rain might be calling.
Okay. I think you mentioned something about that. And for those wondering, this guy is our friend's dogs that we're watching. This is Dixie and her
Millie.
sister Millie's somewhere around, but
Lily's by my leg right now.
yeah.